African Girls Grammar School Award 2 in this hall. Can we please welcome them by clapping for them? Thank you so much. We have Imade College Award in this hall. Thank you so much. We have our high school reps in this hall. Welcome. And we have, St. Leo's Grammar School, Akure. For these schools, they have been accompanied to this place by teachers who we like to believe have been responsible for preparing them for this competition. Join me in welcoming Mrs. Anu Milayo for the St. Peter's AGS Award. Next is Mr. Ayo Komola. Is that correct? Ayo Komola. Ayo Komola from the College Award. Thank you so much. That's the name in our dialect. Thank you so much. Next is Mr. Bello R.R. from Hawaii. Can you please welcome me? Thank you so much, sir. We have Mrs. Adu from St. We have Mr. T.S. Ojo, who teaches physics for Yemekun Grammar School, Akure. Thank you so much, sir. I saw him this morning and I jacked him to join us. Last but not least, we have Mr. Badru, MK from our high school. And we have Miss Amoda, a former Attorney General of this state, and one of the daughters of our great-grandfather, Ajasin. For us, we would have had this place filled to the brim. But most of the schools invited are busy with the first semester, our first term exam. That's why they're not there. So amongst the ones who are here, we're going to ask Mr. Ojo to join us on the ITQ as one of the assessors for this competition. Welcome, man. Number one, we're going to score your appearance once you come on this stage, or whether you stand on the stage there. We're going to score your comportment as we go about this debate. We're going to score the points that you have raised to support your position. There's no fixed position. Then we're going to score your use of English. And then when all of the 6 schools have spoken, we will encourage the audience, all of us who are on this side, to ask questions. We want to find out their response, their ability to manage questions. Anybody can ask anybody questions based on the issues that we are discussing. And that's going to be scored. So we are going to have a total of 50 points. It's on the basis of that 50 that we decide who moves to the next round. And then after the next round, we decide who qualifies for the final. So it's going to be a 3-stage competition. So once again, I'd like to welcome you, and I want to advise or suggest or request that you clap for yourself for coming. Can we please clap for ourselves? Which means those who are going to debate may have to stand here, to do that. But since we are not too many, you can also speak and be heard without using the microphone. Is that okay? Okay. So, the topic is with us. There's no definite pattern. But before we start, I'm going to ask Ms. Annie to speak to us from the point of Ajasin Foundation, from the purpose of organizing this competition, and for to also say one or two things that she feels like saying to encourage us. Shall we please welcome her and take up our hand? Thanks so much. This is motivation. Listen.
I take this opportunity to welcome everybody, students and teachers, to this debate forum. I want to say a big congratulations to the schools that have thought it fit to respond to our letters here, we will realize that your time has not been spent in vain. I want to thank the teachers most especially for the encouragement that they have given the students and following them up to this place. I thank you. God will continue to bless you and bless your work. I want to thank he called himself Olusegun Kolawole. He's a professor. From the University of Ibadan. And I want to say a little bit about him. He worked with my late father, Chief Michael Ajasin. And he's so passionate about everything Ajasin. The debate we are having this morning is because of his own encouragement. Even though we've had one before so many years back, I think 2002, but subsequent governments of those states have not been very cooperative, in getting us to arrange for the debate and secondary schools. But through his own perseverance and persistence, that is why we have been able to have the few schools that are here today. So to Professor Olusegun Kolawole, I want to say a big thank you to him and for helping us to keep our time, not only of Ajasin Foundation, but also of the Ajasin family, and for putting in remembrance the name of the late Chief Michael Ajasin, the first civilian governor of As we progress with the debate, I want to encourage you to try your best. You will all be recognized at the end of the day. Once again, thank you very much for finding time to come. God bless you.
The topic of the debate is builders and leaders and nation builders. It sounds a bit repetitive. It sounds a bit, ambiguous. But I've been told that we can make meaning out of it. You may be a builder, you may be a leader. Which of the two actually builds a nation? And this is the debate that I want to listen to. The philosophy behind this is to create this awareness in you who are speaking and your colleagues who are come to listen, who are come to clap, who are come to participate, so that you will then be able to identify what kind of unique position you're going to be, the kind of attitude, the kind of disposition, the kind of a person you end up being eventually to be able to contribute into building this nation of ours. So once again, we want to thank the Ajasin Foundation for making this possible. We also want to thank you for being all kind of odds to be here. Once again, we will please clap for yourself for being here. Thank you so much. Now, if you know what's in the offering for you for participating in this debate, you'll be more excited than I am. I said a few of the teachers I spoke to, I said 1982. I was just plucked from my class to represent the school in debate. I attended African Church Teachers College in and the debate took place at Orioke College, Grammar School, accompanied now, university premises. eventually becoming one of the leaders of this country tomorrow. So once again, I'd like to welcome you. So each speaker will speak for 10 minutes. We're going to just start anyhow. No school is number 1, no school is number 5, no school is number 3. And so, permit me to invite to the microphone the speaker of Imanekone to speak on incidentally, the Bible was a principle, the first principle of Imanekone. You introduce yourself, sir.
Show me the leaders, that the youth of the country because and I will tell you the future of the country. Please, Chairman, panel of judges, Afro-Tekima, the presence, ladies and gentlemen. Standing before you on this video is Adekunle Olumide, the beloved student of agriculture. I'm here to oppose the opposition with my immutable point that leaders are not leaders, are nation leaders. First and foremost, who is a builder? A leader, a nation builder. A builder is a person, a country, or company whose job is to build, create, or develop something. A builder is building a house is an example of a builder. Who is a leader? A leader is someone who leads, directs, and controls the affairs of a group of people, especially the head of the country known as the president, and even the head of the school known as the principal or proprietor. Who is a nation builder? A nation builder is someone who sees opportunity in all the countries, all territory, development, and progressiveness of the nation. The citizens of the country are the nation builders, which we can view under the following professions like the teachers, politicians, and human rights activists. At this junction, I would like to highlight the qualities that make a leader our nation builder. First, nation builder is a person that believes in Nigeria and the possibility of our development. Nation builder makes positive statements about the country, rather than they bring new ideas that will benefit the nation. They work on the possibility that the country can move forward. From the case of organization, the human rights activist who is fighting and clamoring of the nation, we can deduce that our leaders has total belief in the country and the chances the country start in the place of development and growth. In addition, a nation leader who has growth mindset, who has mindset that goes to improve the country, we always bring new ideas that will benefit the nation. The work of our leaders in the past and the present is service to illustrate this point very well. One example is Chief Babafemi Awolowo, who started free education among the Southwest states, and even the present government approved himself to be a nation leader by President Buhari, starting bringing new empowerment programs like the youth empowerment program to create employment opportunities for the youth. In addition, let's talk about the person who makes research. Who has a good message, we make research, thereby creating to reach far and wide and bringing new ideas that benefit the nation if they are properly applied. If a technical example of a new idea brought is the field of the primary students, the president brought the idea that he should feed primary students. It's a technical example of an idea that benefits the whole nation. In addition, the nation leader is the person who influence positive on others. Nature leader and exchange to impact knowledge on others positively. It is a known concept that our teachers are nation leaders because whenever they teach, they are in one way or the other influencing the lives of the children and even the government approve themselves to be nation leaders by different enlightenments given to the people. Like the federal representatives come to school to enlighten the students on how to do and even the standard organization come to the school to enlighten the students on the goods we have in Nigeria. In addition, the nation leader is the person who sacrifices anything for the development of the nation. For the nation leader is the person who puts huge sacrifice to portray us that will give them influence. Sometimes who sacrifice their friends, family, assets, and even their lives for the development of the nation. For instance, a woman activist who is fighting and fighting for the interest of the public will lose the elder nation privilege he or she is ordinarily entitled to. Even Chief Babafemi Awolowo, even Chief Michael Adekunle approved and stood himself to be a nation builder. Chief Michael Adekunle was asked to furnish his house, to furnish his money for him. But he refused. He said he will not allow and use the government money to furnish his house. That is the example of in conclusion, I believe I've been able to convince you with the points I already that it is safe to say that our leaders are nation builders. Thanks for listening.
We're going to invite to the microphone the representative of St. Luke's Girls Grammar School at Korea to take the microphone.
My distinguished audience, don't let us be like our privileged leaders who make all things good for them without caring about the children of the planet. It would be unwise and inappropriate of me to continue speaking without following the path of a well-trained African child by giving honor and respect to whom is due. And on this note, I say love to the church's nation, panel of judges, timekeeper, co-meetings, and fellow students. Standing on this podium, Oluwan to renew our conflict, a bona fide student and an ambassador of St. Luke's Grammar. Leaders and nation builders. Jonathan Swift once said, and I quote, common sense is the knack of doing things the way they are, and the way they ought to be done. And on this note, my common sense helps me to define the key tags in this motion, which are nation builders, leaders, and builders. Nation builders are people that, whatever they do, whatever class they are in, all the want is to make the nation a better place, to make the world a better place than the meetings. Builders are people that impact into lives of so many. They leave a good legacy behind. Leaders, they are people in the position of leadership. They direct the affairs of the nation. My point was that we look around, we see the leaders, we call them leaders, but they've done nothing for us. An example, let's look at Kogi State election. Won by violence. A governor owing his workers 39 months of salary without payment. And I don't even think he's ready to pay. But when we look at builders don't have to be leaders. A great example is Professor Wole Soyinka. He was never a leader, but still, I can't count how many people he has impacted into their lives. Another example is Nelson Mandela was a leader, but he was a nation builder. He helped so many people, even though he also stopped the apartheid regime in South Africa. My distinguished audience, another great example of nation builder we see around us. We look at them every day. We meet them every day. We talk to them every day. They are teachers. We see our teachers every day. They interact with us every day on a day-to-day basis. And they are nation builders. Everyone here would say he or she hasn't been taught by teachers. Even our leaders in high places, they've all been taught by teachers. Teachers, not all teachers can be principals, but all teachers can be nation builders. All teachers can lay a foundation in our heart to make the world a better place for us. They can make this change start from us. Another example of a great nation builder is our father, Chief Michael Ajasin. He was the first civilian governor to rule in the state. And during his reign, my mom used to say that was one of the best reign in Nigeria, and I'm correct to be precise. That during the reign, it was corrupt-free, no election violence, everything was in peace and order. My distinguished audience. But look at the leaders we have today. Look at the people around us today. Are they nation builders? Do we see our nation builders in us? I don't think so. But I think we can all start being nation builders. We can all stand up and say, no, this country mustn't be to ruin. This country must be great. We can all be nation builders. Thank you.
We have observed that instead of your 10 minutes, you use 5 minutes. So if that is the trend, by the time we finish, we call the second speakers to use the 5 minutes that each of you is leaving behind to just make up the opportunity. So thank you so much for that. Let me just invite to the stage the representative of St. Catherine's Anglican Girls Grammar School Award. Can we please clap for them? introduce yourself and speak to us on the topic nation builders, leaders, or leaders.
Good day, panel of judges, average timekeeper, code, and the audience, code users. It's Gizli and gentlemen. My name is Alaga Bridget, a student of St. Catherine's Anglican Girls Grammar School, and I'm here to support the notion which states builders and leaders are not nation builders. First and foremost, I'd like to define the three cogent words in the topic. Builders. Builders are those who develop, create, or build things, while leaders are those who direct or lead others in order to achieve a particular aim or purpose. Nation builders are those who are responsible citizens of a nation and assist in the building of a nation. Leadership is not just holding an important position, but leading the honor and the trust, and they are accountable to God. But leaders of nowadays don't hold this principle and are seldom to go according to this principle. We have builders, past builders, the like of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. He made education free and compulsory at various levels, and he also made the first radio television station in Nigeria, that is the WNTV station. Chief Obafemi Awolowo also made the first skyscraper, that is the 25-story building available in Africa. When he made this radio station, developed countries like Canada and France had not yet had one. This is a good nation builder. We also have the life of Chief late Nelson Mandela, who was in prison for many years due to him fighting and campaigning against the apartheid system that was practiced in South Africa, discrimination against the Africans. He was a nation builder. We also have the life of late Chief Michael Ajasin, who went to the extent of borrowing 2 million naira to pay civil servants. How many leaders now can do such? He borrowed 2 million, he indebted himself for the welfare of his masses. The building that Ajasin built was also built to the state, as state library, and the primary school, Ajeolu Primary School, was built to Owo State. Unlike leaders of nowadays, they are selfish. They want to get over for their own personal ambition. They also engage in corrupt practices during elections. They participate in electoral malpractice like hiring thugs to snatch ballot boxes. They are not good examples. They don't let good examples for people to follow. They are not nation builders, but nation destroyers. Leaders of nowadays don't do their primary responsibilities like provision of employment opportunities, and this often frustrates the citizens to participate in social vices like armed robbery, kidnapping, etc. because a person who is well-to-do will not engage in such social vices. Leaders of nowadays are selfish and self-centered. Leaders of nowadays don't consider the needs of their masses. But unlike the past builders who did so much, leaders of nowadays don't create good social amenities. And social amenities they make are bad, like roads. Roads are death traps for passengers to pass by. Unlike the roads that were made by nation builders long ago, they are still useful till now. But the roads made by leaders now are poor and not motorable for citizens to pass by. We also heard of the election that was conducted in Bayelsa and Kogi. There was maiming and killing of people. It was not a peaceful election. Are these leaders nation builders? They are not. In conclusion, I conclude that not all leaders are nation builders. I'm sure my opposer would like to say that Chief Obafemi Awolowo was a leader and he led this nation. He was not just a leader, he was a leader and a builder. To be a leader is not only being occupied a leadership position, but also for the general welfare of the people. With the points I have made so far, we agree with me that builders are not leaders.
You are beginning to ask yourself, two sides of the same coin, which side is better? Is it better to be a leader, or is it better to be a builder? Thank you so much for the effort, for the historical part, for the information that has been made available so far. Join me in distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to welcome to the high table or to the stage to speak on this topic the representative of our high school.
Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, corporate timekeeper, my co-debaters, my most attentive audience, distinguished ladies and gentlemen in the house. My name is Select Babisela, representing Ajasin. I am standing here today with an unshakable mind to vehemently support the motion, builders and not leaders, are nation builders. Considering this topic, I out that there is a need to know the three key words in the expression which are builders, leaders, and nation builders. When the word builders is being mentioned, what really comes to your mind is those who construct or build. But in this context, builders are those who manage the nation's resources productively for nation building. Having consulted my dictionary, I was made to understand that leaders, on the other hand, are those who are empowered legitimately to lead, govern the affairs of the state, or those saddled with leadership to lead or direct. Interestingly, nation builders, on the other hand, are those who have been given the initiative, those who have been given God's strength or talent to develop the national community through government programs. Having vividly understood these facts, I am cocksure that my opponents on the other side are going to agree with my fact that builders are not leaders and nation builders. First and foremost, the likes of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Chief Adekunle Ajasin, and most of others have fought tirelessly for the betterment of the masses, until now still have their names ringing bells. Many of these prestigious universities, such as Obafemi Awolowo University, University of Lagos, and some others, were built with monies realized from farm products, such as cocoa. Chief Obafemi Awolowo have already built renowned lawyers, such as Festus K. son, Arakunrin Ojuayo Oluwaroti son, Femi Falana son, and some others. Doctors that are built with this single initiative are numerous, and they have contributed to the development of our nation. If as at then, Chief Obafemi Awolowo behaved like some leaders and embezzled those monies, those mentioned above could have been armed robbers, roadside mechanics, and what have you. Furthermore, building the younger generation is also like building the old nation. If the younger generation is being led but not built, the nation is said to be sitting on a time bomb. Then, Chief Adekunle Ajasin built some young politicians, such as Chief Adebayo Adefarati. And after Ajasin's departure, what he planted became a blessing to our generation. Ondo State University was named after Adekunle Ajasin, and it is called Adekunle Ajasin's University when he was alive. Many of the so-called young political sons and daughters are nation builders, and their reigns were and still a blessing to our generation. Thanks.
Let me also invite this representative of St. Luke's Guest Grammar School Award.
I see that there is a top leadership potential in a fairly small group of people, which are today viewed as top specialists. The first, because of their key contributions in specific areas, but are not yet known as leadership potential in the broad sense. Good day, Mr. Moderator. Good day, Mr. Moderator, panel of judges, appellate timekeepers, and my co-debaters. I am Ibida Koyabo, a student of St. Luke's Grammar School Hall, and I'm here to support the motion which states, builders are not leaders, are nation builders. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, a builder is a person whose job is to make buildings, but in the broad sense, a builder is a person who possesses a growth mindset of developing talent, is highly competent, empowers people in developing goals, and brings out the best in them. Politically, the leaders include the politicians, and socially, the builders include the role models, teachers, parents, society, and even Chief Michael Adekunle Ajasin. In politics today, the leaders are seized to showcase the positive attributes attained to the builders. How then can they be nation builders when first, corruption and self-interest are continually eating deep into their veins? A corrupt leader can only produce a corrupt follower. A leader whose interest is to learn new skills and take up challenges just for the glory of his political and career goals is only setting traces for his followers. These followers follow this set of traces in embracing illegal opportunities and feeding only their pockets. And also, I quote from Martin Luther King, a genuine leader is not a searcher of consensus, but a model of consensus. But Unfortunately, these politicians are ready to practice high turnovers for the glory of the political and career goals, leaving the citizens behind. Daily laments, which are supposed to be politically foreseen by these leaders, are held up in levity hands, which makes the government go from bad to worse for the upcoming nation builders. Also, these leaders lack act of performance. They are not ready to participate in contributing to the goals of the country and enhance the young talent. A thing can be said to buttress my point. A boy of 9 who had the talent of creativity made a house 4.5 inches tall with rubber. Amazingly, different politicians saw this great show of talent but ignored it. Not even words of encouragement were sent to the poor boy. Now tell me, what are these leaders indirectly buttressing? I tell you, they are only telling of the special right doings of these young leaders of tomorrow, and you tell me they are nation builders. And also, these leaders lack act of empathy. They are not ready to understand the problems their country faces and continue to break up barriers. These barriers include lack of resources, lack of culture, and lack of direction. I tell you, once these barriers are broken, there's a liability of a problem-free nation and the creation of young leaders of tomorrow. My opponent said that these leaders provide employment opportunities, but you seem to forget that these leaders, once they're in power, they go with overabundance of arrogance, pride, and even ego, which are not the positive attributes of a leader. These attributes will only lead to creating of truants rather than young leaders of tomorrow. I'll tell you, if your actions inspires others to do more, dream more, and become more, without considerations of negative effects, you are a leader. In conclusion, I hope I've been able to convince you that the builders are more to build nation builders than the leaders. Thank you.
So we're going to call the supporting speakers, and we're going to give them 3 minutes. 3 minutes to consolidate the position that each of their schools, have taken. Let me say this: the 6 will be joining us as soon as they finish the ongoing paper that they are writing now. That's 11 grammar school. So when they come, before the major speaker, supporting speakers finish, we will take them so that they can participate in the first round. So let me go through the list that I use in calling them, to call the supporting speakers to come speak in favor of the position that schools have taken. Join me in welcoming St. Louis Grammar School, Akure. Oh, my colleague, please. I'm sorry. I apologize. The supporting speaker.
Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, applicant keeper, good debaters. I am here on standing on this podium, Adelik Magnus, the bona fide student of Madi College. I am here to support my initial speaker, supporting the motion which says, opposing the motion which says, builders, not leaders, are nation builders. First and foremost, let me define the key points. Who is a builder? A builder is someone who builds, constructs, manufactures things that edify society. He or she may be a professional, a human rights activist, for example, a teacher. Why a leader? A leader is someone who leads a set of people, a group, an organization, a country, a state, or a country. These people are either selected or elected into such position of authority when they have the full control over their jurisdiction. Lastly, a nation builder is someone who is after the progress of his nation, working tirelessly to make sure that the country moves up to a greater height. First and foremost, a leader, when inaugurated into position, is always optimistic about his school. He or she wishes himself that after the end of his tenure, he would have moved the state into a greater height. He or she is of a positive mind towards the state, and therefore work tirelessly to make sure that the state or the country is leading move forward. And therefore, if there should be any success or development recorded in such era of the leader, it could be traced back to the little hard work that such a leader has made. The builders only enjoy the good governance produced by the leaders, whereby their impact will be shown to society. Secondly, a builder's function lies in the mercies of the of the leader, because a leader has the authority to regulate the citizen to such use of all of advent by the builders. But instead, we see that our leaders are encouraging the builders by awarding honors unto them. For instance, maybe there is an prize when the government award prizes to the teachers. They encourage them so that they can produce their best. So one way or the other, these leaders are also served as a nation builders. A leader also work with progress. It's always positive about the nation or the state where it's leading. For an example of a leader like this is Professor Yemi Osibanjo, who said, and I quote, he said, Nigeria can move forward, can progress if only we believe. This statement is a positive statement which was made out of the sense of positivity which he had towards the country. This type of leader has shown so much interest in the development of the nation. Another example is our President Muhammadu Buhari, who has created employment opportunities for the youth, empowering them so as to curb the menace of unemployment. Lastly, leaders take up the challenges because we know leaders take up the challenges that are within them. Because we know that to be a leader is not an easy task. Yet they take up the challenges, list their followers, expecting that at the end of their tenure they will reach a greater height. In conclusion, I think that I'll be able to persuade you and not brainwash you that leaders are also nation builders. Thank you.
A supporting speaker from St. Louis University of California.
A land is flowing with milk and honey, but it flowed as it stopped due to the negligence of our leaders, due to the corruption and bribery, due to the fact that they are not talent. An orator, I speak the truth to be transferred to the next generation. I adapt the existing protocol. I am experienced scholar by name, a representative of the greatest institute of learning, St. Miguel's Grammar School, Akure, and I am the executrix of my chief Ajasin on the motion, builders and non-leaders are nation builders. A nation builder, according to John C. Maxwell, it defines a leader as a person who knows the way, shows the way, and leads the way. But our leaders today have proved that they don't know the way, show the way, and lead the way. Let's take a look at our society today. Our leaders, what have they done to impact society? Even non-governmental organizations are proved to help build the nation even more than our leaders. Our leaders are self-centered. They are based on their gain. They are based on embezzling government funds. And this has led to the destruction of the nation. The leaders are proved to be nation destroyers rather than nation leaders. My opponent once said, and I quote, said that government has impacted teachers by giving them prizes. But I would say that when we look at our society today, what has the government done to encourage teachers clothing? Are you telling me that a governor who owns the teacher a 39-month salary, are you trying to tell me that it is that governor who is trying to encourage the teacher? No. Governors and MC leaders have not done anything to impact teachers, and teachers are meant to be nation builders. When there is no encouragement to those people who are meant to prepare minds of students, minds to reach audience, I believe that they will not do anything. They will not encourage young ones who are coming up. They will not be able to prepare their minds to lead. When I look at the world, I see that non-governmental organizations are proved nation builders. When we talk of scholarships that are being awarded to students now, non-governmental organizations have shown that they are nation builders in that aspect. Skill acquisition, they are also kept. Our work, in time, we have shown these our leaders before we can get what we need from them. And we need to do this in time, so as to save time when time is gone. Because in time, there is no time when time is lost. On these notes, I take a step back, bow respect, and leave my speech as a food for thought.
Thank you so much for the time you have had. Next, supporting speaker. Send Catherine. Next person.
My name is Elaine Pease. I'm from St. Catherine's Anglican Girls Grammar School. I'm standing on the established protocol to buttress the point of my speaker on the topic, builders are not leaders, a nation builders. We have examples of many builders like Sakafa. We have examples of many builders like Sakafa Balawa, the first Prime Minister of Nigeria, Benjamin Nnamdi Azikiwe, the first President of Nigeria. Also, we have late Chief Michael Ajasin, who was the first executive governor of Ondo State, and so many others. We know the reasons why leaders are not nation. Firstly, selfish interest of politicians. Many leaders occupy leadership positions in order to fulfill their selfish ambition of being famous and rich. They divert funds that are supposed to be used to finance many projects like construction of roads, construction of pipeline water, building of hospitals, etc. to their personal use. Examples of such leaders are senators. Constituency allowance given to them for the development of the nation are being pocketed by them due to their selfishness. Secondly, we have the example of one of the governors of this country. Who purchased the restructure of about 15 million naira. When there are graduates roaming about the streets in the state. Not being employed. Can it be compared to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, who is always being remembered for building Liberty Stadium in Ibadan, which was the first of its kind? Also, we have lack of patriotism. Many leaders do not exhibit the act of patriotism. They contribute little or nothing to the development of the nation. Gone are the days when we have people like late Chief Michael Ajasin, who was not collecting a security vote. Instead, he was using it for the development of the nation. Roads constructed by him then are still operable up to now. Compared to the roads constructed nowadays, which are full of bottles, dungeons, dishes, and road tracks that cause accidents and death of many road users. We have Kwame Nkrumah, who was a freedom fighter. He fought for the independence of Ghana, and when Ghana became independent, he was the first president of Ghana. Also, we have Chief Anthony Enaru, who was the first to move the motion for Nigeria's independence. In addition, many leaders embezzle public funds, not building industries that will create avenue for employment. People like late Chief Michael Ajasin constructed many industries like the Oluwa Glass at Okitekupa, the ceramic industry at Ifon, the Bond Bricks at Ekiti State, and so many others. All these industries would have offered job opportunities for so many graduates, but they are neglected and they have ceased to exist due to the laissez-faire attitude of the leaders. If these are not employed, they bring up many social crises that do not allow the nation to be developed. In conclusion, not all leaders are leaders, but there are many leaders who are not leaders. Also, don't forget, you can be a leader and also be a leader. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is not easy to don't speak like this. It's not easy. So let's encourage those who are coming out to speak. Let me invite the supporting speaker from our high school.
Standing on this, I am Ajasin, strongly support first of my chief speaker on the motion, builders are not leaders, and nation builders. Supporting the motion, there is a need to affirm the fact that nation building lies on the builders and not on the leaders. In the olden days, students used to enjoy free education, and those youth trained and equipped with this free education are now professors, doctors, lawyers, and and so on. Those give free education or almost free education to the those give free education or almost free education to the citizens and not only build the nation but also pay place for education to both the rich and the poor. In conclusion, many leaders these days need to be youth trained and equipped for nation building. The dichotomy between the builder and the leader cannot be easily covered. For any nation to progress in all sectors, building of the builder is not easy. The likes of Chief Ajasin, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Chief Nnamdi Azikiwe, Ahmadu Bello, even Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who are not only leaders but also builders, cannot be easily forgotten in the history of Nigeria. With this point raised above, I am vehemently sure that even my opponents will not only agree, will not only be convinced, but we also agree with me that builders are not leaders. And this
let me invite the support speaker from St. Luke's Grammar School Award. Thank you so much, Mark.
Standing on all established broad football. Standing before you is Owiola Elizabeth from St. Luke's Grammar School Award. I'm here to propose the motion that builders are not leaders and nation builders. First, it is the builders of the country that plays the most important role in nation building. Nation building involves social harmony, infrastructure development, and economic growth of the nation. Youth especially, and students particularly, are our strongest hope for a successful nation building because they remember things and insist on everyone knowing what they know. Second, education. Education creates a strong nation. A nation rich in education is a very strong and solid nation which protects the interests of its citizens and not leaders or political parties. Third, teachers. Teachers can be rightly called nation builders because through their perseverance, love and sacrifices has shown us the right path. Teacher is the maker of man. He is the foundation of all knowledge. He is the foundation of all education. Thus, the whole civilization of mankind, both present and future. A nation is built by citizens. Citizens are molded by teachers, and teachers are made by teachers educators. There are a lot of challenges facing nation building, like the challenge from our history, the challenge from socio-economic inequalities, and the challenge of leadership to mention very few. Let's take Nigeria as a case study. Nigeria without nation builder at 59. Nigeria at 59 as a nation with an absentee leader, and yet we have leaders and nation builders. Conclusively, teachers, parents, value and education can be rightly considered as nation builder personalities. With no further emphasis, women are capable of building the nation and creating a dream country, Nigeria, and it's only proper to integrate such women. Students are nation builders. They deserve respect and support. Mothers are nation builders. They deserve honor and protection because each citizen of a country is a nation builder. I hope with all these points I've made, I've been able to convince and not to confuse you that builders and non-leaders are nation builders. Because we are leaders, that's clear.
For the school that took permission to write the exam, it's joined us now in University Grammar School. So we're going to invite them, the lead speaker, to speak on the topic, builders or leaders is or are nation builders. May I invite the lead speaker representing for University Grammar School, Akure, to come on and speak. Can we please welcome him to the round? I know you are going to do an exam class, you are very hot. Just introduce yourself and speak to us. The microphone is not working, so just speak to us. We appreciate it. Time starts now.
My responsibility and dream is to become a supervisor. A leader who leads his followers and passionate ideas on his follower, who tries to gain the trust of his followers thereby gaining tools from them and also sharing ideas with them. Not a super worker who spends all his time to build upon his dream, lacking the ability to gain trust from others and also share ideas with his colleagues. A wise man once enlightened. He said, leadership is the capability and ability to turn one dream to vision and vision into reality. But when you don't have a leader to turn your dream to reality, then tell me why are you not using the leader? I would like to ask you a question. Show me a leader, show me a builder in Nigeria who most of the leaders, I mean successful leaders and great leaders, have gained most of their successful abilities from him. Just show me one leader who hasn't built an impact on other builders in Nigeria. They are so very much. But before I proceed, it will be indeed appropriate for me to give honor to whom honors due. On this note, I say good day to the honorable chairman of this occasion, the impartial panel of judges, Alfred Timekeeper, my co-speakers, and my ever-listening audience. Standing before you is Daniel Tilei, a bona fide ambassador from the greatest citadel of learning, we met in grammar school at Pay. I am here to oppose the motion which states builders are not leaders and nation builders. In verification of my conviction of this great motion, there are no points. Remember I asked the question about leaders who impacted more on builders, and I answered that yes, they are so very good. But can you just show me builders who have impacted on leaders in Nigeria especially? No. I would like to talk of one of the builders in Nigeria who is a world-known billionaire, especially in Africa. That's Mr. Dangote. He's a world-known billionaire and he's very famous. He started his best business at a tender age and now he's one of our billionaires in Africa. Most of the leaders in Nigeria haven't shared their experience of becoming successful due to the past by Dangote. He knows himself a bit upon his dream. And during this part, he forgot the fact of building other people. That is a leader. But when we talk about a leader, I will give a very typical example of one of our great leaders who fought for independence in October 1st, 1960. And since then, up to like 40 years ago, his name is there till today. That's Chief Obafemi Awolowo. A great man who did something about like 40 years ago, and till 2019 to date, his name is there. Chief Adekunle Ajasin, one of the great leaders and political leaders in Nigeria, stood up from Chief Obafemi Awolowo, just only one leader. When Chief Obafemi Awolowo started his own impact, trying to fight for Nigerian independence, he did this steadily, making sure that his followers are learning from him. And during this part, Chief Adekunle Ajasin learned some things from him. And starting from that point, Chief Adekunle Ajasin did some things that are very important to Nigeria. Let's talk about Chief Ruben Fashion, one of Nigeria's greatest leaders today. He also stood up from Chief Obafemi Awolowo, learning the way he did his things, and the path he through. Let's talk about one of our leaders too, even not in Nigeria, but one of the leaders in the world, Mahatma Gandhi, who died in the year 1978 in India. This man also fought for independence of India, though there are so many betrayers and traitors who plotted to kill him. But due to the fact that he was a great leader, all their plot failed. He had so many followers, thousands and billions of followers, who learned from his step day by day. And due to this impact, Mahatma Gandhi left a pharaoh for his models. See now, his name is still heard in India, irregardless of the population, because India is the second most populated country in the world. And if a leader could shake the whole country, then show me the leader who has shaken Nigeria. Nothing. In conclusion, my dignified and esteemed audience, I would like to tell you that although builders are trying in structuring our nation building, that means Nigeria, they have been trying to put some economics together, and through their way they want to build the economy of Nigeria. Well, it's good. It's a job well done. But I would like to tell you that before a builder can structurize the nation to become a developed nation if you have to be in charge of state power. And who are those in charge of state power? The leaders. This simply means that without a leader, there can never be a builder. And when you can't be a builder, then what can you achieve? You can never be called an achiever. My dignified and esteemed audience, if I to talk from now to dawn about leaders, we just talk and talk and talk, argue with ourselves. But what we are going to do is to face the reality and believe that leaders are more important than builders. I hope with this few project point in mind, I've been able to convince and not to confuse, brainwash and not to brainfeed, completely take you out of the land of confusion and land you to the land of conviction that yes, oh yes, leaders are not builders, are now the nation builders. Thank you.
Let's also, in quick succession, take the supporting speaker from the same school, Oyebekun Grammar School. You have 3 minutes, sir. Thank you. Your time starts now.
Standing on this existing protocol, my name is Ajasin, a bona fide student and ambassador of the Greater Zion Learning, Oyebekun Grammar School. And now I'm here to budget on what my chief speaker just said on the motion we state. Builders are not leaders and nation builders. A leader is the one who chose the way. A leader is the pinnacle of wisdom. A leader is the one who goes on a mission that embarks with God. A leader is the one who translates dreams and brings it to reality. Without a leader, there is no nation, and without a leader, there is no achiever. There's something I want to tell you today, that as long as you are not a leader and you think you can be a builder, then that's the very 0 point. Because without a leader, there is no builder. And every leader has the potential to change the world because he has the capability to teach, to train, and to show the way to everyone who is able and willing to follow him. Thank you.
With that performance, we come to the first round of this debate. On behalf of the organizers, I want to thank you for the boldness to come out to speak the way you are spoken. We appreciate it. While the judges are putting their heads together, we will take the first 4 schools to the next round. 2 schools will remain in the audience. By the time we finish the second round, 2 schools will merge. And from those 2 schools we have the first and the second. That's the idea. So 4 schools will move on now. But while we're waiting for them, I want to correct certain things that you should learn from this debate. You do not say conclusively when you are writing essays or you are making a speech. When you say that, you are saying that nobody else will say anything about that. You say in conclusion. If you write an essay and you say conclusively, you lose mark. I hope you are listening to me. You say in conclusion. Number 2, English does not allow double comparative adjective. It is forbidden. You can't say more better. Instead of using double comparative adjective, you use an intensifier. Much better. Are you listening to me? If you have a pen, you be invited to your school to tell you this, you bring me. Number 1, English does not allow double comparative adjective. 2, you don't say conclusively. You say in conclusion. Number 3, we have some determinatives that go with countable nouns and that go with uncountable nouns. You don't say much when you are applying to many. Okay, so you have to be able to show that the noun you are modifying is countable, is singular, is plural. So that is supposed to help you. Number 4, when you use any of the modals, it is never followed by a past tense, it is forbidden. When you use a modal auxiliary verb, it is never followed by a past tense. Instead, it is the modal that changes to reflect time. Number 5, English does not allow the use of double possessive adjective. This is my book. No, this book of mine. That's elegant English expression. I will have taken a few of those gists. So that's just giving you to fill the gap while we're waiting for the panel of judges to come up with their result of the first outing. I want to thank you so much for one of the things we also noticed is the fact that the examples we gave were largely local. For a debate like this, we're supposed to go global and then come to specifics. We're supposed to have about people like Nelson Mandela, people like Julius Nyerere. You have heard about those ones before? Martin Luther King. You have heard that one before? Our own Obafemi Awolowo, our own Nnamdi Azikiwe, our own Abat Macaulay, our own Chief Emi Ajasin, contemporary leaders. Even in your school. So you start from being global and you come to specifics. For a debate like this, the world is your constituency. And then lastly, what we're supposed to take of this first round is not to begin to ask yourselves, am I going to be a leader or am I going to be a builder? Which one leads to the other? Which one does Nigeria need more? Does Nigeria need more leaders or builders? You are free to make up your mind. And once you identify which one Nigeria needs most or more between the two, you can then begin to project yourself. That's why it is said that leadership is influence. Leadership is influence. If you are a good leader, you are supposed to be able to influence your followers towards reaching a decision or an ideal end. Is it every builder that's a leader? You can tell me the answer. Or is it every leader that's a builder? Or there's a wall of difference between leaders and builders? Or do we have anybody who has combined both extremes? Who is both a leader and a builder? Can we possibly combine both? It is no longer for me to begin to struggle with that. It's you in your generation. You know what you need now? To create a Nigeria that's conducive to the aspiration of your, to your dreams. And then you can begin to work towards it. If you're going to be a physicist, if you're going to be a lawyer, incidentally, Ms. Aniboshe is a lawyer. If you want to be a medical doctor, if you want to be a teacher, like I am one, you have to begin to decide what you need to be what you want to be, so that you can succeed. Our own father, our grandfather, our Emi was a teacher, a foremost nationalist, a leader by excellence and a builder, because he combined both extremes. Good enough, you said to us that he established industries, he also built men, built institutions, built men, and gave practical leadership that people are still living up to today. He was the only one of the few people that was never found corrupted in 1993 when the military took over. They tried him twice. In fact, it's on record that when he was leaving the government house, he didn't need a tripper to move his things. He came and left with his clothes, the clothes that he was wearing before he became governor. It's on record that he never added anything, so he was not flamboyant. He lived his life in the service of humankind. And that's why those of you are going to be privileged to have his autobiography or his biography. You get it and you read it so that you will learn. So leadership is not measured by the amount of cars you have, by the amount of houses you have built, but the number of people you have influenced positively. So when you are no longer there, your ideals will continue. And it's that particular ideal that Baba stood for, that we want children of today. When I worked with Papa in 1977, Papa would come to the office for 7:30, he would never be late. 7:30, he was sitting in his office. I can count the number of times I saw him go to ease himself. For 3 years, I can count the number of times on my fingers. Once he sits down, he doesn't stand up on his fall. Most times, I will be the one that will remind him that it was 4 o'clock so I could go home. How many of our leaders are like that today? How many of our builders are like that today? So I want to thank you for the first round of this debate. We believe that lessons are learned. And so wherever you find yourselves, please remember, am I going to be a leader? Am I going to be a builder? Once again, let's clap for ourselves for this. In every competition, somebody will win, somebody will also win, the other way. That's what makes life competitive. So we have had the first round, and the result is there. The first two, with the highest number of points, is Immanuel College. 146 points. Moving to the next round. The second school with 144 points is Oyemekun Grammar School, correct? Two schools tie, scoring the same point. And the two schools will move automatically to the next round. The first of the two schools is St. Catherine's Anglican Grammar School. 137 points. And the second school with the same point is our high school. The school that comes next, but that will get a consolidated prize, is St. Leo's Grammar School. 136 points. And the next school with 134 points is another St. Leo's Girls School. So we thank all the 6 schools that have participated in the first round. And we thank the school that have moved to the next stage. And we are going to start almost immediately because we don't want to stay here beyond 1:30 maximum. Which means Oyemekun Grammar School, Immanuel College, St. Catherine's, and Hawaii School will be the schools that will compete for the next round. From the 4 of them, 2 schools will match for the final. Now, the topic of the next discussion is youths are the leaders of tomorrow. For or against? Youths are the leaders of tomorrow. You can speak for, you can speak against. Are we ready now to start? Are we ready to start? Representative of the schools, please. That's our high school, that's Oyemekun, that's Immanuel College, and St. Catherine's. I call it St. Catherine's. Is it Catherine's or Catherine? Catherine. I beg your pardon? Catherine. Okay. These are the 4 schools that are in the. So it's number that you pick that represents the number in which you're going to speak. So don't go. Thank you. Thank you. That's how to democratize it. So we like to. I'm going to use the same guideline. Right. You welcome to the second round of this class today. Don't you see that? You don't know what you're supposed to try to do. You just clap back. Clap. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Who is number one? Who picks number one? Catherine, so sit down. Who picks number two? Imagine, who picked number three? Okay, number four is, thank you so much. We'd like to invite the school that picked number one, which is St. Catherine's Girls Grammar School, Anglican Girls Grammar School, to come take a position on youth and leaders of tomorrow, for or against. Shall we please welcome the lead speaker? 10 minutes. Your time begins now. Thank you.
Good day, panel of judges. I greet them to coach betters and judges. My name is Alala Bridget, instead of St. Catherine's Anglican Girls Grammar School, and I'm here to support the mission which says youth are the leaders of tomorrow. I'm to support the mission of them. First and foremost, I would like to define the word youth. Youth are young people ranging from the age of 18 to 35, according to the Nigerian Constitution. Youth are leaders of tomorrow is a true saying, but youth are meant to be equipped today in order to function very well tomorrow. Youth of today should be equipped by the elders for them to be able to function efficiently and effectively in the future. If youth of today are neglected, there is no how to perform effectively, and the adults should at least step down for the youth to make Nigeria, to lead the country to a better place, because adults, youth will be able to lead the nation aright. They will have academic to be fresh, they will be able to think properly, they will have practical knowledge to lead the nation to a better place. Leadership is not just a garment that should be worn and off, it's meant to be practiced for the future, it's meant to be practiced today for the future. Youth are still agile, or like the adults who are not strong enough to lead the nation aright. We have various youth who have led this country and led the country to the right place and led the country properly. So youth are leaders of tomorrow. Youth are the president of tomorrow. Youth are, because most of the inventions that are discovered, they are discovered by youth. Most of it are discovered by youth. Electricity was discovered when the person who discovered electricity discovered it when he was a youth. Youth are the people discovering various things at various levels and various places in the country. Due to that practical brain and because their brain has to function efficiently, or like maybe a retired or maybe a man of 70 years old just going to power, how is he going to lead the nation? How is he going to lead the nation with full power and knowledge? So, unlike youth who still have knowledge and ability or power, or they're still agile to lead the nation. Points I've made so far, you will agree with me that youth are leaders.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. And St. Catherine's. Shall we please clap for them? The school that picked number 2 is what? Is Emmanuel College. Shall we please welcome the Greek school? Thank you so much, sir. Your time begins now.
Standing before your
This is your voice.
whenever I speak of my knowledge, I'm here to support the motion which says youth are leaders. First and foremost, who is youth and leader? Youth is a person under the age of 18 to 40. Under the age of 18 to 40. And a leader is a person that leads and controls the affairs of the people, of a group of people, especially the elders of the country. And at this juncture, I would like to analyze factors that show that our youth can be our leaders of tomorrow. First, our youth are internet. You can say a great example is Mark Zuckerberg, who created Facebook at the age of 2 years. That means our youth can be our future role with this they do now. And secondly, the issue of academic performance of our youth. We have PhD that we have used to have PhD over, and sometimes they stand up with the president of the class. It doesn't have as the secondary school sector or primary school. Whereas we have with PhD and even master degree. This shows that our youth can be the leaders of the world with things they have acquired now. In addition to that, type of age we have is a jet that means the world means like things that they go by ICT. And you know that our aged people don't have an idea about the ICT very much. As compared to our youth. Our youth knows more about the use of computer, and if they can invent new things that will be benefit of the nation. They are saying that necessity is the mother of innovation. When our youth invent new things, when our youth can invent new things beneficial to the people, that means they can be the leaders of tomorrow. In conclusion, I believe I've been able to convince you that our leaders, that it is safe to say that our leaders can be the leaders of tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Don't forget, let me just say this now. Okay. The third school is which of the schools? Oh, you're back to grammar school. Shall we please listen to them? These are youth and leaders of the school. Your time starts now.
I once lived through a world. A world where everyone was born to be extraordinary. I once lived through a world where nobody was too young to live. I once lived through a world where everyone was born to be inspired to change the orientation of the universe. And you will tell me you is too young to live. No. No man is an epitome of knowledge. Neither is any man an island of understanding. Every man owes the ability to translate knowledge in his own dimension. But before I proceed, I would like to give honor to whom honor is due. So I greet the Shiam personal occasion, the panel of judges, my accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, and my distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Standing on this podium of liberty before you is Ajasin, a bona fide student, ambassador of the greatest side of learning, Ajasin Grammar School, Akure. And I'm here to demonstrate the most of youth can be leaders of tomorrow. Who is a youth? According to UNESCO, a youth is someone above, within the age of 13 to the age of 40 years. When I try to analyze the categories of people, the categories of youth who change the world through innovation, discoveries, and even through politics, your mind is going to be very, very, very underestimated. When I try to speak about youth who change the world, not only through their ideas, but through what they have. And these are my cogent points. One, through innovations. I will speak on the likes of Philip Emeagwali, a young guy of Nigeria who made the fastest computer. He was a young boy at a tender age who understood the ability of discovery, who understood the power in which technology can be used to change the universe. That's the leader. When I look at the lives of Emmanuel Macron, the youngest president in the world at the age of 39 years, could change the orientation and government of France and all of Europe. A young man that could stand to rule a nation. A young man that could stand and to tell the world that it doesn't matter on your age. All that matters is what is upstairs. When I look at the likes of John Kennedy, a young man who understood the principles of life. Going to my second point. In the act of politics and being an activist, Martin Luther King, at his tender age, have understood the ability to stop servitude. Martin Luther King was a builder who understood that as long as the black are discriminated, the black cannot rule the world. A young man, he was a leader. He sacrificed his life, his time, and energy to fight for the independence of the black in America and to stop racism. If not for Martin Luther King, can Barack Obama become the president of America? No. These are youth. You are not a youth by your age. You are a youth by what is embedded inside of you. And what is embedded inside of you is the potential that is great and mighty like Mount Kilimanjaro. Youths are capable to rule the world. And youths are capable to lead a nation. Gowon at the age of 25 years would hold the mantle of being the president of Nigeria. Gowon, he understood the principles of being a politician. He understood and know the analysis of democracy. Nelson Mandela at his young age could understand that as long as Africans are under the white, Africa cannot change the world. Then he stood up on his knees. He was not into politics before he started fighting servitude. He started fighting servitude the moment he understood that as long as he is a black, he can change the world. He went into prison because he knew that he was a leader. For God's sake. If you tell me a youth cannot change the world, then I will tell you that you were someone born by a mistake to destroy the formation of the universe. Because youth are not only to be the leaders of tomorrow. Youth should be given the leadership of today. And youth are able to change the future and generation of the universe. Only if they are given a chance to change the world. And with this cogent point in mind, I am able to feed and not to brainwash, convince and not to convince that yes, oh yes, Egypt is an epitome of knowledge and the only one who was the pinnacle of this time. Thank you.
When our colleagues come here to represent us, let us encourage them by clapping. Because if you have ever come out to speak in a debate like this, you will know what's involved to come out to speak the way we have demonstrated today. So all of us deserve to be encouraged. So shall we please clap for that school once again? Thank you so much. For this round, we'd like to invite our high school speaker, major speaker, to have their talk. Am I right? Yes. Your time is now.
Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, how great thank you, God, my fellow board members, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends. My name is Ajasin, representing our high school. I'm here to oppose the motion which says youth can be the leaders of tomorrow. Let me start with defining the key word there, which is the youth. The youth are those who have the energy, the ability to do anything they want. And you're telling me that the youth can be the leaders of tomorrow when they are committing crimes, violence, kidnapping, and you are telling me that we should give the money to them for them to be alive. It's impossible. There's a saying that says, what an old man sees when he's sitting down, a young man can never sit even when he's grabbing a monkey. That one is simple enough for us to know that the youth can never be alive. In some other countries, in the most developed countries, for instance, at America, Donald Trump has already developed that country, and Donald Trump is never a youth, and he has already developed that country. And you are telling me that someone who is born by mistake will be the one to oppose the mission. I am never born by mistake. Youth can never be the leaders of tomorrow.
Thank you so much. So, just for 2 minutes. That's fine. Right. The major speakers have spoken. We're going to call the supporting speakers to support or to oppose in 2 minutes. You are going to support the position of your school 2 minutes. I'd like to invite the speaker representing St. Catherine's Anglican Grammar School Award. 3 minutes, thank you. Time begins now.
Leadership is a garment that is worn and is also being worn. You can't just pick it from the closet, wear it and say you're a leader. Youth are supposed to be leaders of tomorrow because they are agile, they have the strength, the capability to build the nation. They have the strength, they have the capability to lead the nation, to make the nation a better place, to develop the nation, making our nation developed. Also,
It's been said that youths are lazy. Why won't the youth be lazy when they are not equipped with morals, when they are not equipped with education, when they are not equipped with knowledge? The leaders of today have suffered from them because they do not equip the youths of today that are supposed to be leaders of tomorrow. When youths of today are equipped to be leaders of tomorrow, then they will function as real leaders of tomorrow. They will function as people that are supposed to lead the people and give good examples to people in the nation. In conclusion, youths are leaders of tomorrow. In conclusion, youths are leaders of tomorrow because they follow the good examples laid down by the leaders of today. When they follow the examples of leaders laid down by today, they will be good leaders of tomorrow. They will give good examples for the coming generations. And when they are equipped, they will become leaders of tomorrow.
Thank you so much for representing the schools and Leaders in my corridor to support the position of your school. The time starts now.
For long shall we put our hands and allow the old cargo to steer the ship of our country without considering the implication. Good day, Mr. Sharma, panel of judges, my operating timekeeper, co-debaters. My name is standing on the podium before you is Adeleke Magnus. It's Adeleke Magnus, the Vice President of Mande College. I am here to support my initial speaker. In the proposition, he says, youths are the leaders of tomorrow. First and foremost, who are the youth? Who are the leaders? A youth is someone at the age of 11 to 40 who is strong to manage his or her surroundings. Who is a leader? A leader is someone who leads a group of people, an organization, a state, or a country. I think who leads an organization, a state, or a country? First and foremost, a youth. A youth, as when someone is at his youthful stage, he or she has the potential to produce materials, ideas that will lead the country to a greater heights. He or she is very curious. He or she is very observant about his environment and gathers knowledge in which he or she can able to find a solution to the problems around him. Let's assume when our age, after many years, that when they've passed on, it's the mantle of leadership will come to the youth, whereby the function of our tomorrow lies on us with the youth. So, no doubt, the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. I think I'll be able to prefer you and not to prewash you that youth are the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. God bless you. I'm making some friends there. Well, spoken for 2 minutes. We'd like to invite the supporting speaker for Oyemeko. Get some voice to us. Yeah, thank you.
Show me an old man that has impacted in our lives till today. And I will show you a youth whose impact has been followed till now, even most in our physics textbooks. What he said then, now is still reigning in our heads. But before I proceed, it is indeed appropriate for me to give honor to honors due. On this note, I say good day to the chairman of this occasion, the impartial panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, and my Ivan listening judges. My name is Daniel Tinei, and I'm here to portray on what my chief speaker said. Therefore, in verification of my conviction of this great motion, here are my cogent points. I said earlier, for you to show me an old man who has impacted in our lives, you have known me. But for you to show me some youth who has impacted in Nigeria, then I have some. I will take Isaac Newton as an example. Isaac Newton at the age of 26 discovered the force of gravity when he was in an upward charge. Walking down the street, quite tired, he sat under this apple tree. Then an apple fell on him. Due to this, he took the apple, thought about how the apple could fall freely from space and land on the floor due to his calculation at gravity at 1.0 meter per second. He thought about this, and when he got to his house, brought out some instruments, worked it up and found his answer. Until now, this thesis has been in our textbooks and we are reading it. The leaders are all men that are in power. I've read this thing, this article of the youth to become a leader. I will ask you a question. Why do you think most of our initiative youths travel abroad to become successful? It's because we don't know their impact in Nigeria. Ayomide Ibanji, a member of the MFM, Lagos headquarters, created a tricycle with solar power. Within few minutes, his information was sent in the United Kingdom. And the general pastor of the MFM traveled him abroad because he knew what was capable of doing. Assuming we knew the impact of youth in Nigeria, then we have those kind of youth here doing things that are initiative and innovative. Let's talk about someone in the Bible, in the book of 2 Kings. That is Joash, a very young king who became the king at the tender age. He led good examples and made sure that his followers too had something to gain from him. Well, to talk about the head of this, a man whose posterity can never be forgotten in the book of history in Nigeria. That is Chief Ajasin. He entered politics at a very tender age. He did these things when he had a very good mindset. It was not when he was old that he entered politics, but when he was very young. I'm telling you, according to statistics, it is discovered that anybody below the age of 18 and anybody above the age of 18 and below the age of 40, he or her medulla oblongata could still record things and process things out within few seconds. But how will you tell me that somebody who is above the age of 60 could process information out within few seconds? That's why you see our leaders going for conference meeting for 2 months and coming back to Nigeria without bringing anything. I hope these people just point of mind. I've been able to convince and not to confuse. To completely take you out of the land of confusion and allow the company to stand the land of conviction that yes or yes, youth are the future leaders of tomorrow. Thank you.
Invite our high school second speaker. 3 minutes. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, appointed timekeepers, my co-debaters. My name is Odem Dikeni and I'm from our high school. I'm here to oppose the motion which states youth can be our leaders of tomorrow. Firstly, I would like to ask my opponent, was Papa Ajasin too old when he became the governor of Ondo State because he was 61 years old? Was Ahmadu Bello too old to steer the wheel of Nigeria and transform our country? No, he wasn't too old. He used the resources of Nigeria productively and he made great changes in our history today. And their names are ringing bells up to today. Firstly, my points are as follows. The chances of youth to become our leaders are so slim that even when we look at the last presidential election, Mr. Showore, who contested, was not even voted. He has the least votes. This is what we are talking about. A youth cannot steer the wheel of Nigeria. As a youth is seen as useful, as youthful, naive, innocent, and they need guidance, they need directions, they need to be trained and to be repositioned for them to steer the wheel of Nigeria. Secondly, the second point, our leaders now, I mean the old men who are controlling Nigeria, they had free education when they were in secondary, primary and tertiary education. But nowadays, youth are no more involved in education sectors as they are seen to be
Time out. Thank you so much.
With this great point of mine, I think I've been able to convince you that
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We are going to do two things before the final. We are moving to the final. I will say some general things. Some of our teachers have some observations they want to make that will help us to plan for next year. We will listen to a few of them, and then we'll take results, we'll take 5 minutes break, then we'll move to the final. It's becoming very exciting, and I'm very excited about it. Please, in a competition like this, you don't need to waste your precious time talking about I hope I'll be able to convince you or bombast you. No. Just introduce yourself, prepare costume to protocol, and just move ahead. What time is of the essence? By the time you are saying, I've succeeded in convincing you, I'm not bombasting you, embarrassing you, I'm not impressing you, you're wasting time. Just go straight. We just had a discussion. Youths are leaders of tomorrow. For or against. Now let's look at it. Let's look at it. I spoke to some young folks here. Some people wanted to be nurses. Some people wanted to be medical doctors. Some people wanted to be pilots. Some people wanted to be, food technologists. Beautiful ideas. I'm above 60. I have a smallish stature, but I'm above 60. I do not think I'm going to be in Nigeria in 50 years now. You understand? Certainly, I'll be useless to myself if I'm here in 50 years now. But I look forward to all of you being around there in 50 years now. You understand? Now, the gap that my generation will create by not being here 50 years ago, who is going to fill the gap? Answer me now, who is going to fill the gap? So logically it shows that youths are leaders of tomorrow. But the issue is, are we preparing our youths for that leadership position tomorrow? Is a no. That's the way that argument can go. Because there's no 70-year-old person that will be here in 20 years' time. Only few. What you can do in 20 years' time, somebody who is 70 years today will not be able to do it in 20 years' time. That's the way we want to see it. So we want to find out what you are going to tell us to be able to put in place to make things easier for you as you are growing, so that you can then begin to be proper leaders of tomorrow. So thank you so much for participating in that. Please clap for yourself now. Now let me also say this. For those of you who are aspiring to come to UI, when you write your JAMB and you score above 200, you are 50% sure of being a student of the University of Ibadan. If you score 199, you can never come. But what determines whether you actually come is your post-UTME score. If you score 359 or 390 in JAMB and you score 49 in post-UTME, you will not come to UI. So you have to work very hard on your UTME and post-UTME to score above the 50. UI allows change of course. If you apply for a course and you do not come in on merit, and they offer you the platform to take another course, please grab it. After your first year, you can change to anything of your choice. Okay? I brought a few of my complimentary cards. I'll make it available. When you have seen your post-UTME result next year, call me. If you have chosen UI. Okay? I will be there as your ambassador. And then I can be giving you information on a regular basis. Thank you so much. In UI, for additional process in UI, you don't need to spend a dime. You don't need to know anybody. Your result speaks for you. Is that okay? Yes. And then, as you are preparing to write your post-UTME, as you are preparing to decide the kind of course you want to study, ask us, we can guide you. I read Education English. I had a friend who read BSc Economics when we graduated in 1988. We both made a 2-1. Throughout, in fact, as at last week, he never got a paid job. Very brilliant. If he had read economics education, today would have been a professor. Very brilliant person. There are a few of you here, the people that I interacted with, I didn't find a person who wanted to study teaching, how to be a teacher. I didn't find anyone here. So if there's nobody in your generation that's going to be a teacher, who will teach your own children? Because you have the mentality that once you read education, you are known for. It is not so. I read English education from Ajasin University, now called the State University. Today, I'm a lecturer at the University of Ibadan. One day of my career, I have not been hungry. One day of my career, I have not been hungry. So if you are here today, and you are a specialist, I ran into a young man, one of these young men that sits on this table, I ran to him today. I said, go and do PhD, and go and do PhD in physics education. You get a lecturing physics. So please, don't rely on what my mom say I should go and study, what my pap say I should go and study. Please rely on what you have natural ability for. That's where passion. Thank you, my dear. That's the word. You should get my complimentary card for saying that. Passion. Passion. What you have passion for, you will excel naturally in that. If you invite me to come and say this in your school, you will pay me money. If you invite me in my capacity to come and speak in your school, I don't get less than 100,000 K. That's the truth. If it is less than that, we have to negotiate. I'll ask you what's in it for me. Am I speaking to youth who are going to take over from me tomorrow? Yes, I can reduce to 50. To bring me out to my office, I don't take less than that. Because I'm a very busy person. So it is a very wrong thing to say that teachers are poor. Teachers are never poor. Papa that we are celebrating today was first a teacher, isn't it? Yes. Teachers are the drivers of the future. If you don't know, you know now. We are people that produce nurses, we produce doctors, we produce lawyers, we produce architects, we produce all of them. They are not clapping for me now.
This is a very good program.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you, sir, for all the effort and everything. And to Mama, I am the one disturbing you since yesterday. But this is a debate, and it's a competition. Like what you said, sir, you said in 1982. Then maybe I was still just 1 year old then. But I could remember vividly when I was in secondary school. If we have opportunity to meet people like Queen's College, students like Queen's College, King's College, and TIO, and British International, I need to tie my loins very well. Why? Because then there is no this internet issue. My daddy bought 2 mirrors, standing mirror for me. Then I will come to one person in my room, in my own personal room. Why? Because I know I'm going to be very stubborn school. Let me put it like that. Then a situation like this, you invited 11 schools according to the projection, and we are here. We have 6 schools or 7 schools here. Sir, next month you should be able to clear 2 or 3 schools together. Then let that one be the stage one. Or at most, maybe when you want to go to, maybe you can do it at a senatorial level. Maybe the north senatorial level, the south, and the central. Then after that, the winner from the senatorial, they can come together, then they meet each other. That will make it a more competitive. But at this situation, I as a person, I am not happy, so I have to let you know. I am not happy because Papa Ajasin Mola, I learned from his full name yesterday. He's a great person, and his foundation must be very, something like this for the students more competitive. That people will see that, yes, Papa is a teacher. He taught my own brother. So, and then secondly, I don't know, I need to ask maybe any of I know Mama, but I don't know maybe any of our uncle is a teacher here. I just want to find out, are you a teacher here? Are you a teacher here? Are you a teacher here? You teach physics here. Sir, in this competition, if I should be my judge, for my school, I will support my school. There's going to be a kind of manipulation somehow. I didn't say be manipulated. You understand what I'm saying? So please, we should take note of this, sir. Anytime we organize something like this, we should bring outsiders. I will more prefer it because I can remember about 2 months ago we were at OSR and I know what's happened. It's a live program as well. So we should. I am pleading that please they should make it more competitive for that aspect. That's the last thing. When you want to organize such thing next year, if Jesus started, please, ma, please, sir, maybe you should co-opt teachers that have the knowledge of debate. Co-opt them, let them come together. Look, ma, I know it's going to be taxing. I know it's going to be financial consuming, but maybe you should take from the North Central District, Central and the South. Let them come together. Those people that are very closer to you, ma, let them talk, let them judge up, let them bring out modality. There is a program they call the Spell and Tree. There is a guy that is organizing that. That is how he co-opts people. But giving even to the Ministry of Education can co-opt them, then they will help us organize this thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Brilliant. My reaction, man, is to say all the teachers who are here today, please, before you leave, please register with me, with us, with your phone number, with your email address. We are going to make you the nucleus of our planning for next year. What he said was our idea. It was going to be a statewide thing. We got permission from the Ministry of Education. We used ministry people to help us. But the bill they gave us is unimaginable. It's not a contract. It's not an NGO thing. It's a voluntary thing to just develop, because we thought that debate is part of your school program. And there shouldn't be anything expensive. So when they gave us a bill we can't raise, we told them, okay, it is too late for us now to raise that bill. Let's do local government. Akure alone. They were still not able to cut down their bill. So what we have done today is just an idea to say this is doable by people who are committed. So if you join us next year, we start very early. Like I've spoken to my mommy, we're going to start early next year so that by the end of September, before exam, we will have finished the final. And then the winners will come to the annual colloquium to get their prizes. So we need long time to plan. We need people to partner with us to raise funds. But today, it is the foundation that's solely responsible for all the financial, commitment involved. So we appreciate the point you have made, but man, let us also learn to begin to have confidence in ourselves. Let me tell you, man, the 2 judges called me. One of the things that we like in science, in statistics, in data, is correlation. When 2 marks correlate, you remove ambiguity, you remove partiality. The 2 people that are sitting on this table are people of integrity. This man, I can't remember where he met me. I was just driving in this morning. I saw you under the tree. I was going to park to come greet you. He saw me, he came to greet me. I said, do you teach in this school? What do you teach at his physics? Can you please join me in this debate? He didn't know before. He didn't even know that his school was going to participate. I then said, go and do PhD and do PhD in physics education. Was not this morning I met you. I just said that. So when you teacher said we don't want to be involved, I just said, come. He didn't even know that his school is going to be involved. And the 2 of them have marks that tally. They have marks that tally. So again, let us begin to have confidence in ourselves. If we don't have confidence in ourselves, we are never going to trust ourselves, we are never going to develop. These 2 people have scored these students very objectively on criteria that are verifiable. That's what we do in the university system. People who are on this table and those of us who are here, we are people of integrity and honor. We can do anything to protect our honor and integrity. Because everything that we do, we are accountable unto God. So man, there's nothing to worry about. All of us who listen to these students speak today, we know where the pendulum will swing anyway. It's a matter of fact. It's a matter of information. But you made a good point. We are taking a key from that. You are going to be part of the people that will plan for next year and the subsequent years. You are already members of Ajasin Foundation Colloquium. So I will take your data today and then we'll begin to communicate and plan and strategize and make it much better next year. Once I announce this result, let me say the next topic, which is the final between 2 schools. It's going to be social media. Social media has done more harm than good to mankind. That's the topic of the final. One we speak for, one we speak against. All of us will listen to them, we score them. And then we have the first and the second. For the result of the second round, 4 schools participated. And this is the result. The first school from the rear, which is the 4th school, is the school that scored 101 mark, and it is Imadekole. They said their first speaker did not speak well. The school that came 3rd with a total score of 104 points is St. Catherine. The school that came 2nd with a total score of 121 points is the school that came 1st with 125 points is, which means both 2 schools are going to slug it out in the finals. The second school, ladies and gentlemen, is what? 121 points. Oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my. The second school, ladies and gentlemen, is Oluwa School. While the first school is Oyemeko. Let me tell you what goes for Oyemeko. Let me tell you what goes. Let me tell you what goes for Oyemeko. They speak with confidence. They come out. How many years have you been in that system? I started teaching before you graduated, so I know what it is.
I was in there.
And my job was this the family. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right. The foundation inter-school debate. It is between our high school and Oyemeko Grammar School. Shall we please clap for them? Are you speaking for or speaking against? Our high school is speaking for the fact that social media has done much harm than good in Nigeria. While Oyemeko say no, they haven't done any harm. They have contributed to the development of this country. Gentlemen and ladies, welcome to the stage. The major speaker for the motion of our high school awards. The time begins now. 10 minutes.
Good evening, Mr. Command, panel of judges, how great and my fellow local friends, distinguished ladies and gentlemen in the house. My name is Selek Babusela, representing my wife. And next to support the motion, social media has done more harm than good to mankind. Firstly, I would like to start with the definition of social media. Social media and electronics that are being used for the public. Social media has done more harm than good to mankind. These are my points. Cybercrime or internet crime. The mankind or youth, they use the social media, for example, phone, laptops, to do yahoo. They commit cybercrime on these phones. Second one, bank fraud. If the youth can get rid of just your PIN, they will smuggle all the money in their account with this same phone. Thirdly, if they can get hold of anything you have on their own phone, they can take it and grab it as theirs. Thanks.
Oyemeko Grammar School, 10 minutes, so start now.
Good day, the Honorable Chairman of this occasion, the impartial panel of judges, operator and park, my co-debaters, and the dignified and esteemed. Standing before you is Daniel Tudeni, a bona fide ambassador from the greatest star of the land, Amen Grammar School. I am here to oppose the motion which states social media has done more harm than good for mankind. In verification of my conviction of this great motion, here are my closing points. Firstly, when we're talking about knowledge, social media has done more harm than good in that aspect. It's a very personal thing. There are some things teacher teaches us in the class that we can't assimilate at that right point. And when we get to our house, we take our personal mobile phones and do some research about it. Due to this fact, we gain more knowledge. We have some students that have a low class of assimilation. Due to this fact, they can't assimilate what you're telling them directly, but what they see with their eyes. And through social media, that's why we have projectors in our class. That's why we have e-learning in our class. For students to be able to see what teachers are telling them. A wise man once said 9 words. He said, it's not what you hear that you believe, it's what you see that you achieve. Secondly, when we talk about interaction, social media has done more in this aspect. On Facebook, for example, there's some information that spreads quickly on Facebook instead of spreading physically. Let's talk about the Lassa Viva issue. When Lassa Viva was broadcasted, it was broadcasted on TVs, radios, phone, and other social media platforms. And due to this fact, most of our parents knew about this thing because the causes, the remedies, and symptoms were listed out. Let's talk about research. The National Research Institute at Ibadan, they always carry out their research due to the help of social media. They do these things carrying the cameras, mobile phones, headsets, and talkie-walkies along with them when going to the jungle. Because they know that when they are attacked by an animal, they have to call the public for help. And this is the help of social media. Let's look at terms of information. I'm telling you, whenever you are informed about something, there's some things that you hear socially, but you don't believe. But when you go into social media, when you see it for yourself, you have to believe it. My dignified and esteemed audience, social media has done more good than harm for mankind in our society. I'd like to ask us one question today. How many of our parents does not have mobile phone? Almost all of them have mobile phones. Even those that are in villages, even those that are poor, they still have to spend from their income to buy this mobile phone. Why? Because they understand the importance and paramountcy of social media. I hope the cogent point of mine, I've been able to convince and not to confuse you that yes, oh yes, social media has done more good than harm for mankind. Thank you.
Speaker from High School, you have 3 minutes to support your motion. Start now.
Standing on the enlisted protocol, my name is Olere Dekeji. I'm here to support the motion which states social media has done more harm than good to the society. Firstly, what is social media? Social media is a platform where information are disseminated into the society, into heterogeneous society. And my points are as follows. Social media has caused examination malpractice. The rate of examination malpractice in our society have drastically increased. Let us talk about the WAEC examination, where questions have been released and be broadcast on the internet, on the social media before the day of the exam. Social media has done more harm than good to our society. The rate of cyber crime in our society has been drastically increases. We talk about our youth who are now fraudsters, internet fraudsters. They are Yahoo boys. You can see internet fraudsters. These people are not promoting peace and unity in our society. Social media has done more harm than good in our society. We talk about bank fraud. Imagine of a situation where which my mom's ATM card was lost and another person took the ATM card and withdrew all the money in the account, in the bank account. Social media is used through that because when we test the code on the ATM card, we see some code, the code are tied into the
computer and bring out the information about the account. Social media was used. My distinguished ladies and the gentlemen, I would like to tell you that I've been able to convince you that social media has done more harm than good in our society. Thank you.
The support is speaker from Oliver Grammar School. Thank you so much.
Standing on the existing protocol, my name is Ajasin, a bona fide student, an ambassador of the greatest line of learning, Ajasin Grammar School. And now I'm here to speak and budget on what my shift speaker noted on the motion district. Social media has done more harm than good. What is social media? But I want to find out because I've been defined by my shift speaker. Social media, according to my point, has made the world a global village. If I couldn't be able to afford the biography of Ajasin, I could go on social media. Please Google, tell me, who is this man? I want to know more about him. It gives me more knowledge. It gives me more understanding about it. Even without having a piece of paper to read. It has allowed the world to become an easy place. A place of ease where everyone can access information at any particular time at any period of time. Social media has made life easy for a lot of people. If you have a talent and you have no one to explore that talent for you can go on Instagram. Just if you're a fashion designer, display your talent on Instagram. I bet you are going to be someone who is going to invest in your business. That's the work of social media. Before Mark Zuckerberg can create Facebook, he knew that social media is going to be something that will change and turn the future of the universe in the next future. And that is what it's doing now. Actually, my co-debater said about withdrawing money, something. I don't think that's the work of social media. That's the work of an hacker. Because only what social media can do is to change the world. To tell people that in the darkest of night, you shall surely see the true light. And concerning the disadvantages of social media, in the world we are today, there will always be darkness. But as long as I will walk and I will speak on my point, there will always be a light at the darkest of night. Because a light starts only shine when the night is thick like a mist. And with this cogent point in mind, I'm able to convince and not to confuse that social media can change it.
We have come to the end of the program to announce the winner. The first prize, which is a tablet, will be presented tomorrow at the Dome. So the school that has won has to be at the Dome tomorrow, where the public lecture is going to take place. So it's part of the program for tomorrow to acknowledge the school to present the first prize. All the other prizes will be given today. Once that is done, we just go out, take a group photograph, and then we depart. I'll then do a formal letter to thank all the principals of the schools that have come here today. I want to thank you so much for being part of today's program. And I want to pray that God has brought you safely, will take you back safely. I expected a big amen. Amen. And I will continue to excel in your career. Amen. And when next we are talking about this next year, you will remember today for good. Amen. Thank you, our teachers, for being part of this program. The Lord bless you for the time you have sacrificed. Thank you for those who drove the vehicles that brought us there. The Lord will honor you. Amen. Please make sure you send your children to good schools. That's the way out. The fastest way to get out of poverty. The Lord bless you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's take the results and then move on.
My name is Mr. T.S. For the topic said so far, social media, the contribution to the youth, positively or negatively. In the positive aspect, I would say e-learning, globalization in terms of interaction, and also in terms of what? Development. Information dissemination. Development in terms of research and development. These are the three cogent key of social media into our society, as being portrayed by the speaker. Looking at the negative side, one tends to look at the crime rate being facilitated by social media. The issue of low assimilation in terms to education still in the internet. But as somebody said, wherever there is light, there's always to be what? Darkness. But what? Light will always what? Shadow over darkness. And there is saying in our phenomenon that is, no matter how the darkness in this world, there always will be what? Light. A light. There always be what? A day. No matter how the night longs, there will always be what? A day. So in this light, irrespective of the negative influence and the negative usage, we have maximum positive effect of social media in our society. So I want to encourage you students to always provide social media for positive action, positive change, and use it in a positive attitude. If you have the right attitude towards positive social media, you will engage in social media for development and positivity. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Those prizes, quickly. Do you know last year before the election, the national federal election, between 2016, 17, 18, this country almost went up in flames through the stupid, uncontrolled carelessness of social media. They can take a scene of massacre in Ethiopia and say it's happening in Nigeria. Back up. All kinds of terrible news came through the social media. That's why every country now is trying to regulate the social media so that they are controlled, they are stopped from sending messages they are not supposed to send. The world is a small palm now on social media. What we have just had today, Tolu is going to put on social media. If you have WhatsApp, if you have in the evening, it will be everywhere. In the world, people who are in Australia, we know that in Akure today, at the University Grammar School, we had inter-secondary school debate by Ajasin Foundation. 50 years, 20 years ago, it was not so. So please, you have to know more than things that they are teaching in the classroom. That's what has reflected in what you have done here today. Social media has done more harm than good. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Information dissemination. Even unauthorized information is being disseminated on social media. Unauthorized information. With this year's inter-school debate competition took place among 6 schools, 3 rounds, and the final round, Oyemeko Girls Secondary School came first with 71 points. And one school came second with 37 points. So this prize, tomorrow Oyemeko Grammar School meet us at the door to pick the top. Today, the first prize, second prize goes to our high school. Thank you so much for being here. The third prize goes to I'm going to invite Mrs. Adu, yes, to join me in presenting this to the school that came. Sorry, let me see what we're doing. Excuse me, let me see what we're doing. Why so fast? Bring that. This is what you take. You present this to St. Catherine's. Thanks so much. I'm going to request Mr. Ayokomola to join me in presenting to the school that came first, which is Imademone. Thank you, sir. Let me invite Mr. Sorry. Let me choose Mr. Abraham Bello. Mr. Abraham Bello, is he around? Yes, join me, sir. You presented this to this school. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, sir. On behalf of Ajasin Foundation. The next school is St. Luke's Grammar School, Akure. I'm going to request Mr. Babu FK to join me presenting to St. Luke's Grammar School, Akure. Thank you. Then I'm going to request Mr. Ayokomola JB to please join me in presenting this to St. Luke's Girls Grammar School or more. Thank you so much, sir.